Yeah, welcome back. We had just completed our areas of similar triangles. We have seen the proof and we have understood the theorem. Now in this part, we will be taking up problems where it involves that areas of similar triangles in various conditions. That is, you should be able to identify this theorem in the given problem. So that's exactly what we will see in this video. So let me share my screen. I hope some of you are at least having your textbooks with you. Those who don't have, that's why I'm bringing it here. Just a minute. Yeah. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This keeps popping up every time. All right. The first problem is what we will take up because we will see exactly how this theorem is very useful to find an unknown information when some information is available with us. So these kinds of problems, the first one that we are going to take up is going to come in your 1 mark question. So once you see the squares of areas, you should be able to easily get and guess that you're going to apply the areas of similar triangles. Okay, so let us start. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle BEF and their areas are respectively 64 centimeters square and 121 centimeters square. If EF equals 15.4, then find BC. Now quickly draw the diagram. Maybe the diagram is not very significant to find the solution, but to make you understand and allow you to see the theorem there, I'm making you draw the diagram. So draw ABC, DEF, two triangles. They are already given to be similar. So they will be having proportional sides. And their areas is already given to you. So using the theorem we just learned now, that is the ratios of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the squares of the ratios of their corresponding sides. So once you draw the diagram and complete ABC and DEF, you should be able to write their proportional sides. How will you write? The correspondence is already fixed. So it will be AB by DE equals BC by EF, which will be equal to AC by DF. That is the proportionality. Now using that proportionality, you will have to go back to the theorem. You know the theorem already. Area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle DEF will be equal to AB by DE the whole square, which is equal to BC by EF the whole square, which is equal to AC by DF the whole square. Deliberately, I'm telling it orally because I want you to write. I will show the solution later on. Let me allow at least some children to write on their own. That's why I'm waiting. You also, each one of you can try. Okay, this is how your solution would look like. Now you have triangle ABC and DEF whose areas are given to you. They are already similar and hence I told you please write this. This proportional sides, somebody's audio is not muted. Please mute your audio. I don't want background noise from your side. Thank you. So you have to write AB by DE equals BC by EF equals CA by FD. This is the proportionality. Now because of my theorem, I know area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle DEF will be equal to BC by EF the whole square. Why I have written only one proportional side? There are three, no? Why I have written only one? Because that is what is given to me. See, EF is given and BC is asked. So only that ratio I have to take and substitute. Otherwise, you can write it. This is equal to AB by DE the whole square, which is equal to CA by FD the whole square also. So, but what is given is this ratio alone. Out of this BC and EF, the EF is given and BC is asked. So now you see in this equation, the area of triangle ABC is given as 64. Area of triangle DEF is 121. BC is what you have to find and EF is 15.4. And you must remember 15.4 the whole square. Don't forget because this is a common mistake. You will be in a hurry to do something that you will forget it is the whole square. So the side has to be squared. That you must remember. Now it is just a cross multiplication. It will be 64 multiplied with 15.4 the whole square, which is nothing but 237.16. You have to multiply. You can't tell I am very lazy, I can't multiply. Otherwise, keep it as 15.4 into 15.4 and then divide it with 121. You can do it that way also. Any way you find it easy. Now, once you get your BC square as 125.44, you may have to find the BC, which is the square root of this, which will be 11.2. Instead, if you can maintain it as 121 in the denominator, in the numerator, you have a 15.4 into 15.4 into 64. So see how you can keep it as square and get this number. You can do it. I'm not going to give you any clue. Otherwise, you should know how to find the square root of a decimal number. This also I have taught you last year, not last year, in the 8th standard. So that is why those things are taught to you in the lower classes, so that you're able to apply it here. Now don't tell me again, we don't know what to do with 125.4. Please find the square root and it should come out to be 11.2. Here you may be happily copying it in your notebook. In the exam, you should be able to calculate this. There are other ways you can simplify your work. That's why I'm saying, don't multiply this and get 237.16. Instead, have it as 15.4 into 15.4 into 64 whole divided by 121. Now you have to take the square root. If you're smart by now, you should have understood. I have 15.4 into 8 in the numerator. 64, I'm seeing it as 8 into 8. Whole divided by 121 is also a perfect square. It is 11 into 11. So when I take the square root of this whole thing, 15.4 is appearing 2 times, so only 15.4 will come out of the square root. 8 is appearing 2 times, so 8 will come out. Then 11 is appearing 2 times, so 11 will come out. So what you will have in the numerator is 15.4 into 8 whole divided by 11. That is much easier, no, than finding the square root of 125.44. So that is your mathematical skill that you have to apply. I think I have told both the ways. Now you decide what you have to do. So in the hope that you have done this, this is only a 1 mark problem, remember. So you should know how to work out quickly also. Now we will go back again to our second problem. Yes, are we at the second problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Diagonals of a trapezium ABCD with AB parallel to DC intersect each other at the point O. If AB is 2 times CD, then find the ratio of the areas of triangles AOB and COD. So first draw the diagram and try to understand where are these triangles, how are they looking like. I have to find the ratio of their areas. That itself is a clue enough to tell you that you are going to use the theorem just learned. But if you have to take the ratio of their areas, you have to show that AOB and COD are similar, because our theorem clearly states that the ratios of the areas of two similar triangles. Here nowhere it is said AOB and COD is similar. So our first part of the proof will be to find or tell how these two triangles will become similar. Once they are similar, only then you can apply the theorem of areas of similar triangles. So don't directly go and tell, okay, area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle COD is dash dash dash. Unless these two triangles, always remember, areas are taken as a ratio only for similar triangles. Very, very important thing that you have to remember. This is how they will test you. Whether you know that the two triangles have to be similar, they will keep on testing you. So you must be smart enough to show that, yes, first I will tell that they are similar using a criteria, and then I will go about using the theorem. Okay. So have you drawn the trapezium? Are the two diagonals intersecting at point O?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this is how your diagram will look like. ABCD is the trapezium. Are you seeing my screen? Hello? Are you seeing the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, ABCD is the trapezium. AB is parallel to CD. That is why that 1 and 2 has come. What kind of angles are this 1 and 2?
Alternate
Yes, they are the alternate
angles.
interior angles because these two are parallel lines. So I am getting 2 is equal to 1. Now I had to take the ratios of areas of AOB and COD. Now where is our AOB and COD? AOB is at the bottom, COD is at the top. Alright. Now these two triangles I have to show that they are similar. Very easy. Say this is vertically opposite angles. The COB and the AOB. And then 1 and 2 are already equal because they are alternate interior angles. So by the AA criteria, the two triangles have become similar. Now that they are similar triangles, you can tell areas, the ratio of their areas will be equal to the square of their corresponding sides, ratios of the squares of their corresponding sides. So I'm going to concentrate only on AB and CD. Why? Because it is given to me. AB is 2 times CD. All right. And because that is given, I can find the ratios of the areas of these two triangles because I can write CD in terms of AB or AB in terms of CD. So I will get a beautiful number which I will represent as the answer. So is that clear? First I prove AOB is similar to COD. Then using the areas of similar triangles, I'll get area of triangle AOB divided by area of triangle COD will be equal to AB by CD the whole square. Because AB is in the first triangle, CD is in the second triangle. Now already they have given this to me. AB is 2 times CD. So in the place of AB, I will knock it out and write 2 times CD. So numerator becomes 2CD into 2CD, which is 4CD square. Denominator is only CD square. So this is knocked out and you have 4 by 1. That means the ratios of the areas will be 4:1. Clear? Very simple. See again, just a direct application of the theorem. But before you apply the theorem, always be careful. You're talking only about similar triangles. Shall we move on? Okay, I have the third one also here. We will do the third one. In the given figure, the figure is already given to us. ABC and DBC. ABC. The top triangle. And DBC. DBC is at the bottom. BD is the base. For the first triangle, AC is the base. Okay. Are two triangles on the same base, BC. Okay, they are sitting on the same base. Okay, you're going to see it as ABC and DBC sitting on the same base, BC. All right. If AD intersects BC at O, AD is intersecting BC, that means the diagonals are intersecting at O. Show that area of triangle ABC, this triangle, divided by area of triangle DBC is AO by DO. Interesting. Areas, when you see the areas itself, you must understand that I have some application of the theorem I have just learned. This is the clue. In the exam, when you see something like this, you should tell yourself, okay, maybe I have to apply my areas of similar triangles. And that's what is expected out of me. So, but how will I get AO by BO? AO is only some portion of AD. BO is also a portion of AD. How will I do this?
Ma'am, they are medians of triangles ABC and triangle DBC.
Which is the median? How is it the
AO and
median?
BO.
AO
Ma'am,
and
because
BO, the medians,
diagonals
where
of
is it mentioned? I didn't see it anywhere. Have they told that AO and DO are the medians of these two triangles? They are only diagonals. No. No imagination should be there. On the same base. Two triangles on the same base. I don't know what it is. Do I need a construction? I don't know.
Ma'am,
Yes, go on.
ma'am, CO is a perpendicular bisector of AD which divides AO is equal to OD.
Where is it given? I can't see so much information that you're reading. Where are you reading from? Has it been given anywhere? I'm only given ABC and DBC are two triangles of the same base. That's all. If AD intersects BC at all, it's only intersecting, not bisecting anything. Where is it perpendicularly bisecting? I don't know. Where it is said. Okay, I'll just show you this. So that's why I was talking about the construction. because they're talking about areas. See, whenever you're talking about areas, remember you have to bring the areas. So to bring the area of a triangle, what should I do? I should simply draw the perpendicular. So that's the first step. Draw perpendiculars to BC from A and D. So your AL will be the first perpendicular that you've drawn from A to the base BC. And then the second perpendicular is DM, which you've drawn to the base BC again from D. So this is a construction that you have to do. Now when that construction is done, I get two more triangles there. Can you see two more triangles getting created there? Are you seeing this small triangle ALO and this
Yes,
small
ma'am.
triangle DMO? There is some speciality
Yes, ma'am.
about these two triangles. Are they going to become similar?
Yes,
Think
ma'am.
of
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
Which is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
criteria?
A criteria.
Very good.
Criteria.
One angle is 90, we know, because by construction they are perpendicular. Where is the second angle?
And
Yes, the
vertically opposite angles.
Here.
Vertically opposite
Here.
angle.
So that is where I start from. See, I have taken ALO and DMO. I have shown that the right angles are already there because of construction. Then I have AOL and DOM as vertically opposite angles, and hence the two triangles have become similar. But why do I want similarity here? I don't know why.
Ma'am, to show that
AO is OD.
is proportional to OD.
AO is AO by DO will be equal to LO by MO, which will be equal to AL by DM. That means the two triangles, the sides will become proportional. So out of which I have used only two. I know AL by DM will become equal to AO by DO, which will be equal to LO by MO. This LO by MO I don't want. I just want this. So I have numbered that as equation 1. Why I have taken only that, you will get the clue now. Because I need the area of triangle ABC and DBC. See how I'm substituting that. Area of triangle ABC, half into base into height. All right. Area of triangle DBC, half into base into height. What happened? Half BC, half BC. Will get knocked
Ma'am,
out. What you will have?
AL by
Yes, you will have AL by DM.
DM.
But already AL by DM is AO by DO. So I got what I want. I wanted this, no? Area of triangle ABC by area of triangle DBC is AO by DO. I got my area of triangle ABC by DBC as AL by DM, which I substitute as AO by DO. That's why I put this as equation 1. So from 1, I just removed the AL by DM, and in its place I put AO by DO, and hence I could get what I want. I want only AO by DO. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt?
No.
Okay, I'll just go back to the exercise and see which other problem I wanted to do. See, this was there in the, yes, this question was there in the board this year. This AO by DO, exactly the same. I think it is there in the basic maths paper. You understand why every problem is important? I can't leave anything to you and expect that you will be able to do it. Okay, this is another one, a very frequently asked question. Fourth one. We have 3 more left over. Let me see how many we can do. Now take on the fourth one. If the areas of two similar triangles are equal, then prove that the triangles become congruent. So areas of two similar triangles are equal. So if I take their areas and start, I can say the left-hand sides have become 1. Why? Because the area of the two triangles, if they are equal, the numerator and the denominator will be the same. So LHS area, so what happened to the LHS? It became 1. What did we have in the right-hand side? Because of the theorem, if I take the ratios of areas of two similar triangles, they will be equal to the ratios of the squares of their corresponding sides. So on the right-hand side, you will be having AB by PQ equals BC by QR whole square, which is equal to AC by PR the whole square. So all those squares will be equal to 1. So what will happen? So whatever is the numerator and denominator in all the three ratios, they will become the same. That means your AB will become equal to PQ, your BC will become equal to QR, and your AC will become equal to PR. That means what? The three sides of the first triangle have exactly become equal to the three sides of the second triangle. And hence, the two triangles will become congruent. See, verbally I did the proof. Now we will see the proof. I don't know if some of you are sleeping. Oh, she's telling so much I can't follow. Simple. Can you see the screen? Hello, are you sleeping, all of you?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Good, good. Okay, okay. Can I believe that you're not sleeping?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So I can't believe that you're sleeping. Okay, I have to keep you awake, no? So I have to keep, I only am speaking. Most of you are quiet most of the time. Okay, this is exactly the proof which I spoke just now. ABC and DEF are given to be similar triangles. And I have to show that they are have to become congruent. All right, so from similar, I have to go to congruent. And it is also given that their areas are equal. So they are similar triangles and their areas are equal. So using my theorem, this is what I get. Area of triangle ABC by area of triangle DEF will be AB by DE the whole square, AC by DF the whole square, and BC by EF the whole square. Now this is why I said the LHS has become 1, because the numerator and the denominator are the same. Because it is given to me, they have both same areas. So both the numerator and denominator is the same, so the fraction becomes 1. Now see, the right hand side is all squares of their corresponding sides. So when I take it as equal to 1, I will get first ratio, take it as equal to 1. So your AB square will become equal to DE square. Same way AC square will become equal to DF square. And BC square will become equal to EF square. If their squares are equal, then their individual units are also equal. If AB square is equal to DE square, when I take the square root on both sides, I'll get AB is equal to DE. Similarly, AC will become equal to DF and BC will become equal to EF. So if the three sides of one triangle, AB, AC and BC are correspondingly equal to the three sides of the other triangle, that is DE, DF and EF, then what can I say? They become congruent. I started with similarity and I have ended with congruence. Only because it is given it is similar, I am able to apply this theorem. All right. So it is showing I have 10 minutes more. Maybe I can do one more problem. Have you written it? Can I go on to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just go back to the textbook again. I want to select which I want. Okay, all the three are very, very relevant. I think I'll take up the seventh one first, because I think this was there in the board paper last year. I can't remember if it was there this year. No, this year it was not there, but last year this is a very, very frequently asked problem. So we'll take up the seventh one and complete it. The fifth and the sixth, I think I'll give you some clues and then let you work on that, because you have 1 day's gap in between. So we'll work on that together. Maybe when we get back on Monday, by the time most of you may be able to do it. So the seventh one is where you do it with me here now. So take down. Prove that the area of an equilateral triangle described on one side of a square is equal to half the area of the equilateral triangle described on one of its diagonals. So there are two equilateral triangles which are to be drawn. Now try to understand. Both are equilateral triangle, and where are these equilateral triangles drawn? Described andre drawn. So first you have to draw a square. On one of the four sides you draw an equilateral triangle, and on one of its diagonals draw another equilateral triangle. And I have to show the areas of these equilateral triangles that you have drawn, one on the side and one on the diagonal. That means you will be drawing equilateral triangles with, first one will be having a base as the side of the square. The second one will have the base as its diagonal. So can you understand what you have to draw? Try drawing it before I show it to you in the diagram. you have to show that the ratios of their areas is 1:2. The triangle sitting on the side will be smaller than the triangle sitting on the diagonal, because the diagonal is a lengthier side. So that triangle will be bigger. So it will be 2 times the area of the triangle which is sitting on the diagonal will be 2 times the area of the triangle which is sitting on the side. So how will it look? So this is how the diagram will look like. That's why I told you draw 2 triangles. So my ABCD is my square. Okay. The first equilateral triangle that I've drawn is on the side BC. Because it's an equilateral triangle, I have all the 3 sides equal. Because the triangle is sitting on the side of the square, if the square is having an edge of A units, all the sides of this triangle CPB will be having A as its edge. All right. Now the second triangle is sitting on the diagonal. Okay. So if A is the side of the square, can I calculate the diagonal of the square? Using what? Why no one is answering? All of you are busy drawing the figure, is it? Can I calculate the diagonal of the square using its sides? Which is that theorem which will allow me to...
Ma'am, Pythagoras theorem.
Yes, very good. The Pythagoras theorem, because you know this is a 90 degree. So if this is A and this is A, AB square plus BC square will be equal to AC square. So your AC square will be A square plus A square, which is 2A square. And when I take the square root of 2A square, I'll get root 2 times A. So if the diagonal is root 2 times A, the other 2 sides of the triangle also will be root 2 times A, because the triangle that I'm drawing is a equilateral triangle. So this much of knowledge you get it from what is given itself. So if I start with a square with side A, I get 2 triangles with sides A first, and the second one will have root 2 times A as the side. Now I have to show that these 2 triangles are similar. Only then I can apply this theorem. I always tell you, only when the triangles are similar, this theorem will hold. Now, is there any way I can show that these triangles are similar? What is said
Some
about the
equilateral
triangles?
triangle.
The triangles are already equilateral. That means all their angles are going to be 60, 60 and 60. Their sides may be different, but their angles will definitely be the same. Because they are equilateral triangles, they are going to be similar. So I can apply this theorem now. Area of triangle BCP, the smaller one, divided by area of triangle ACQ will be equal to BC by AC the whole square. BC is the side of the first triangle, AC is the side of the second triangle. So it will be BC, which is nothing but BC into BC, that is A into A. And AC square will be A root 2 and into A root 2. So root 2 into root 2 will be 2. A into A will be A square. On the numerator you have A square. So that A square and this A square will get cancelled and you will get this result. So the area of the bigger triangle is 2 times the area of the smaller triangles. And hence root. Simple. This is a 3 marks question in one of the question paper. Can you imagine? See, if you remember that this problem is done in the class, you will be able to definitely do it. It's a straight problem which is asked from the textbook, from the exercise they are asking you. So we cannot tell that we are not in a position to do it. Any doubt? When you are standing there in front of me itself, you will not show any interest. Now you are at the convenience of your homes. So I exactly don't know what's happening. I hope the parents at least check at times to see that you are really working. I may have to post a message in the group maybe. Please check that the children are attending the classes fruitfully. Should I do that?
No.
All of you have left the class or what? Nobody is answering?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, we are there, ma'am.
But you are very busy
No,
writing.
ma'am.
Okay, good. So is that done? I'll just, I think we have only some 3 minutes more. So quickly we
Yes,
will see
ma'am.
what is given in the questions there. Anyway, I'm sharing the recording. Don't worry about this. Or if you've already taken a screenshot, fine. I'll go back to the textbook. See, this 5 and 6 is what I have left for you. D, E, and F are respectively the midpoints of the side AB, BC, and CA of triangle ABC. Find the ratio of the areas of D, E, F, and ABC. So from the midpoints, you are creating the second triangle. Like this, we have done one theorem last year. Can you recall? We
Yes,
joined the
ma'am, it's
midpoints
segments
of the
of
sides of a
point.
triangle and we got a smaller triangle. Do you remember? That's why I
Yes,
told please
ma'am.
keep
Yes,
your notes
ma'am.
with you.
Yes, ma'am.
So there we went and proved that the area of that smaller triangle is 1/4 the area of the larger triangle.
Larger triangle.
Can you remember that? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Something like
Yes,
that we
ma'am.
have done there. Now what is it that they are asking? Find the ratios of the areas of DEF and ABC. So if you have to find the areas, ratio of the areas, what should you first think? DEF and ABC should become similar. So see how you can get that first and then get the second part of the proof. Quickly, I have only 2 minutes more, so I'm going to the next one. I have
Ma'am,
given you
one
the
is
clue
to
there,
four.
work on it.
Ma'am,
Prove that
one
the
is to
ratio of the
four.
areas of two similar triangles is equal to the
Ma'am,
square of
one
the
is to
ratios
four.
of their corresponding medians. So now you have to talk about the medians. So apart from the squares of the ratios of their sides, how will you bring the medians into picture? Medians means like we have done a problem yesterday. You should have to work in that angle. If some of you are able to complete it, please send it to me. If it is correct, I shall post it back in the group. Now I am stopping my screen share because I'm left with the last 1 minute. Did I not reach there? Okay, yeah. All right. So we are almost running short of time, the last 10 seconds. So please try what I have said, complete your activity, complete these problems. We will get back on Monday. Bye. Bye-bye.